You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to Red Devil Newsbeat, your roundup of the day's top stories you need to know. I'm Brandon Sewell. With me is Maria Strickland, the Mid-South beat anchor. Sports beat anchor Colin Ewing will join us later in the show. But first, here's the news from around the world. A record amount of cocaine worth nearly $440 million was seized off the coast of Italy. Italy's financial police recovered a record amount of cocaine during a routine surveillance flight off the eastern coast of Sicily on Sunday. They seized nearly 2 tons of cocaine found in 70 watertight floating packages in the Mediterranean. The police added that the floating packages were connected and included a signaling light device. Investigators are continuing to search the area for other floating packets. A substitute teacher in Mesquite, Texas was surely ready to rumble. According to the district's investigation, the teacher encouraged fights, outlined rules for the kids to follow, and even had a student monitor the classroom door while the fights took place. A 13-year-old student shot video of the incident at Kimbo Middle School. Now, that student's mother says she fears for her daughter's safety following threats the daughter received. Not satisfied with the district's response, she is considering hiring a lawyer. SpaceX has scrubbed its first launch of the most powerful rocket ever made due to a technical issue. The company says Starship with the Super Heavy rocket booster isn't quite ready to live up to its name. SpaceX says a pressurization issue forced it to call off Monday's inaugural flight after years of testing. CEO Elon Musk described Starship as the vehicle that underpins SpaceX's founding purpose, sending humans to Mars for the first time.
Good evening. Is your third grader ready for their TCAP testing? TCAP has started statewide, and there are concerns about the retention laws that fall behind the testing. More than 2,000 third graders are at risk of being held back due to the state laws for students who lack reading skills. The iReady reading proficiency is the determining factor on whether these students will stay back or if they will proceed to the 4th grade. The House had a tense debate on Thursday discussing the Tennessee Higher Education Freedom of Expression Act. This act would limit what can be taught on Tennessee college campuses. The bill lists 17 different divisive topics not to be discussed, such as whether one race or sex is inherently superior or inferior to another race or sex. It also bans teaching an individual by virtue of the individual's race or sex is inherently privileged, racist, sexist, or oppressive. Despite the debate, the bill passed overwhelmingly 68-26. University of Memphis has banned TikTok access on its campus. The ban comes after Governor Lee passed a bill prohibiting higher education institutions from using platforms ran by Chinese companies. Students, faculty, staff, and members of the general public will be blocked from using TikTok while using the University of Memphis IT network. Within the next 3 years, Germantown High School as we know it will be gone.
However, the legacy of Red Devil Nation will remain as we transition to the new MSCS High School, which still has no name. Red Devil Newsbeat reporter Mary Davenport has more on this developing story.
Hey everyone! The new high school will be located just north of Shelby Farms on Herbert Road. That's right off of Raleigh-LaGrange Road in Cordova. 36 acres of land will be purchased for $3.5 million. The school itself is expected to cost upwards of $100 million, with 3/4 of that coming from the County Commission. Everyone, from the interim superintendent to 8th graders at Germantown Middle, is excited for the future.
This is the district's first new high school in 10 years.
I think it has a chance to be a showpiece, just really a diamond and a jewel for the city of Memphis, and that's really what I want it to be.
I feel like it's in a great area. It's mostly where I transfers go to. So therefore, I feel like it would be a good location for us to start for a new school.
It's going to be a whole new building. So this building is kind of old, but like the other building is going to be nice. We'll lose some of the memories that we have here at the current building, but we'll make new ones to replace those. And I'm excited that I will be a part of that movement.
Well, we'll be the first set of seniors there, so it'll be us creating our own legacy for the rest of the school.
The school is expected to house 1,800 students. Construction will start next year with a 2026 opening date. Reporting for GHS-TV, I'm Mary Davenport.
Good evening, GHS. After a heartbreaking playoff loss, the Memphis Grizzlies are looking to rebound Wednesday night. But it may be without Ja Morant. Late in the game, Ja Morant tried to dunk on Anthony Davis and had a nasty fall. He had to check out of the game, and ultimately the Grizzlies lost 128-112. This playoff seems like the healthiest team will win. With Giannis Antetokounmpo and Tyler Hero both getting injured, which team will survive? Grizzlies are back on the home court Wednesday for Game 2. There was a double delight for Kenya at the 2023 Boston Marathon, as Evan Chebet and Helen Obiri won the men's and women's races respectively. Chebet claimed his second consecutive Boston Marathon. He was the first man to defend his title since Robert Chariot did so in 2008, in an unofficial time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 54 seconds. Obiri took honors in only her second official marathon. This year's race marked the 10th anniversary of the double bombings that took place near the finish line, killing 3 people and injuring at least 264. The Biden administration says it will veto a House bill aimed at banning transgender athletes' participation in youth sports. The administration argues that such a ban would be conflicting. They believe condemning transgender students who are already at risk is hurtful and unnecessary. It says that schools are already working to develop participation rules that are fair to all athletes. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Colin. Let's take a look at the weather in the coming days. Tonight will be chilly and windy with a low of 52. Tomorrow, make sure you wear shorts because it's sunny and hot with a high of 79. That's it for Red Devil Newsbeat. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you tomorrow.